The Price of Perfection. Part 2. This is the continuation of the story of Millie, a housemaid trapped in the dark attic of a billionaire's mansion, forced to face the terrifying reality of a husband who wears the mask of a savior. Inside that locked room, the true horror of the household was finally unveiled. Through a hidden truth, the dark history of the mansion came to light. Nina had never been the crazy, volatile villain, she was a survivor. Years earlier, Andrew had trapped her in the exact same way, forcing her to endure horrific psychological torture whenever she failed to meet his sadistic standards of a perfect wife. When she tried to tell the truth, Andrew used his massive wealth to frame her, forcing her into a psychiatric asylum and making the world believe she was insane. Knowing she could never escape Andrew without losing her daughter, Nina had orchestrated a desperate, high-stakes game. She deliberately searched for a maid who was young, beautiful, and vulnerable. But most importantly, she chose Millie because she knew Millie's past. Millie wasn't just an ordinary ex-con. As a teenager, she had killed a predator to protect a friend. Nina knew that Millie possessed the inner fire and the violent survival instinct required to do what Nina never could: terminate the monster once and for all. Inside the attic, pushed to the absolute brink, Millie's survival instinct took over. Armed with a hidden tool left behind for her, she turned the tables on her tormentor. When Andrew entered the room to continue his abuse, she fought back with lethal precision, turning his own trap against him and locking him inside the dark attic. In an act of poetic justice, she forced him to endure the terror he had inflicted on others for years, before the ordeal finally ended in his death. When the dust settled, the police arrived to investigate the grim scene. A sharp-eyed policewoman noticed the inconsistencies in the story, but as she looked at Nina and Millie, she revealed a chilling connection. Her own sister had once been engaged to Andrew and had been psychologically destroyed by him. Knowing the monster Andrew truly was, the officer chose justice over the legal system, deliberately ruling his death an accidental fall and closing the case forever. The thing this story wants to convey is that the most dangerous monsters don't hide in dark alleys. They wear tailored suits and bright smiles. It reminds us that victims of silent torment are often far stronger than the predators who cage them, and that true survival sometimes requires forming an unholy alliance in the dark. Never judge a person's sanity by the noise they make, because the quietest households often hold the loudest horrors. The real stops here, but the shift in your perspective is just the start. I'm your silent narrator. Behind closed doors, nothing is ever as it seems, signing off.